to weekly readings. Free for the Patreon. You can send 1111 as a donation if you are not a Patreon member. I posted the first episode of the Lover Goddess podcast for the year 2025. That is up. It's called Shedding Old Skin, and it's in honor of the snake, the year of the snake. Hello, get into it. We are officially part of the year of the snake. My skin is great. Everything's great. So Shedding Old Skin, you can find that on Lover Goddess on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts. Wherever you watch podcasts, it's published there. So go ahead and check it out. Or don't. This is carrot and pineapple juice. Love it. Get into it. I already had coffee. So there. I hope you guys are doing well. This week we have a lot of important astrology. Pretty sure Jupiter is going direct this week, and so we can expect some forward movement. And then later on in the month, Mars will be going direct. So you should start feeling like you're coming back to life, especially if you're someone who's been like, what the F? Also, I'm pretty sure today is Ren's birthday. Happy birthday, Ren. If it's your birthday today, I know Ren and Enlightened are both of the Aquariuses in the group. So happy birthday to Ren. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Happy birthday to you guys watching. If it happens to be your birthday and you are an Aquarius, happy birthday to you, Ren. Yeah. What's today? February 2nd? Yep. Happy birthday to Ren. We're going to start with the birthday girl. I do need to see when Enlightened's birthday is. Hopefully it didn't pass already. Let's see. Enlightened, where is your information? Let's see. Enlightened. Hi, how are you? We missed it. It was January 23rd for Enlightened. So happy birthday, Enlightened. And where have you been also, Enlightened? Haven't seen you in the chat lately. We love you. We miss you. We hope you're doing well. So we'll start first with Ren and then Enlightened. Happy belated. Today is your birthday. Ooh, happy birthday. Enlightened, reach out. We could do a solar return reading for you, okay? But I'm not going to message you personally. You have to be watching these lives and text me or DM me, okay, Enlightened? And we can do your solar return. We already did one for Ren. Hey. Okay, go ahead and like the video for me. I'm doing readings for the Patreon members. If you're not a Patreon member, you can send 1111 to the cash tag in the title, and we'll get you a reading. Oh, here come the weirdos. Okay, first, Ren. What does Ren need to know, do, or understand for the month of February? What's going on with Ren? The birthday girl. Yeah. First card out is the Death card. You are shifting, transforming, becoming a version of you that you have never been before. And that's going to require you to express yourself in ways that you've never expressed yourself before. Setting boundaries, activating your throat chakra, saying what is and is not acceptable to you, and really just like not staying quiet. It's easy for you to go with the flow a lot of the times and just kind of file things in your mind for later. But with this Ace of Swords, this is like Don't do that. You need to speak your truth, okay? And wield your sword, activate your throat chakra, and really stand 10 toes down when it comes to the decisions that you're making, the people that you're choosing, the behaviors that you're condoning. Now is not the time for you to stay quiet about anything. And the more that you make yourself heard and make your voice and your opinion known, the better. Okay, so you're shedding complacency and you're taking a stand for the things that are important to you, even if they're not important to other people. It doesn't matter if they're important to other people, it's important to you. And so you got to say it. This is also about you choosing to leave some part of you behind, some person behind, an opportunity behind. You're leaving something behind that no longer resonates with you. You're on to bigger and better things, whether you are moving physical locations, moving on from friendships or people that no longer resonate with you. You're recalibrating, you're finding balance again, you're getting back to yourself. Here's that sword again. So you're balancing your mind and your heart, okay? And finding that, acting from that middle ground, which is great because we don't want to react to things. We want to make conscious decisions. And there's a difference between like a gut reaction and a conscious choice, okay? So it does seem like you are moving on. You're moving on up. You could be moving homes, relationships, friendships, could be choosing to study something different, could be committing to something different, whatever it is. Embrace the new energy. And since we are in the year of the snake, it is a perfect time to shed old skin, to let things go, and to trust that whatever you're moving on to is the best thing for you. Okay, Ren? Next, we have Sir Enlightened. I can't believe we missed your birthday. It was January 23rd. Reach out to me, Enlightened, for your solar return reading, okay? All right. Enlightened. What does enlightened need to know, do, or understand for February? Finally, January is finally over. January spent a lot of time. Took a lot of time on us. We're finally out of January. I swear it just went on and on and on. What's up with Enlightened? We got 2 cards so far, Enlightened. Okay, first is the Queen of Pentacles. This is all about self-care. This is about you surrounding yourself with things that are pleasing to your senses, appealing to your senses, expressing self-love and self-care in practical ways. But practicality means that it's something useful, right? So find the things that you've really been skipping out on, especially when it comes to how you are caring for yourself. And take those actions toward yourself. If you haven't been being kind, if you haven't been taking time to rest, whatever it is that you would do for someone else, in their time of need, you need to do that for you, Enlightened. This is also emphasizing some feminine energy around you, perhaps earth sign energy, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. You could be experiencing the sweetness of a divine feminine energy around you that's seeking to take care of you or helping you to feel cared for. And again, if this is not an external person, then this is your advice to treat yourself in that manner, okay? We have 2 sevens. The 7 of Wands and the 7 of Cups. What up, Rhoda? You can be next since you made it here. Be thinking if you have any specific questions, okay? So for you, enlightened, the number 7 is a very spiritual number. You're definitely in the middle of some action or decisions. I'm glad you caught me live too. And the way forward is going to be made clearer the more that you connect to your spirituality. 7 is a very spiritual number. Um, and it's also about relationships. 7 is the Libra number. So, how can you find harmony and balance between your heart and your mind, between your actions and your emotions? How can you take a more stable and practical approach to what you're passionate about and to expressing your emotions? Um, with the spirituality part, it's about listening into your intuition to help you figure out which of these cups to choose. It's also about spending time visualizing. So both of these are about visualizing what you want moving forward, visualizing what you want from a partner, visualizing what you want from your future, visualizing what you want from a job. Um, all of this is very important. So recruiting your mind, your heart and your mind need to be on the same page, and they can inform each other. They can have conversations with each other to help each other come to a specific conclusion. So with Jupiter going direct this week, you will likely be seeing expansion again in whatever your Gemini house is. So you could be seeing more relationships, more money, more opportunity. And all these cards are asking you to get clear now about what it is you would like to experience through this iteration of your life, this next iteration. Let's see if there's anything else for enlightened. So if you haven't been feeling loved or cared for or nurtured, this energy is definitely here. It's creeping back up, whether it's you giving yourself what you need or some external person providing that for you. In any case, it's really healing to finally be taken care of in this way. We also have the moon card. So this last moon cycle, the new moon is providing new opportunity for you. It was in the sign of Aquarius, and you as an Aquarius are particularly impacted. So understand that to be an Aquarius right now is difficult, but also beautiful, because there's like this demolition that's going on for Aquariuses, but the demolition is purposeful because you're about to build like a luxury mansion or some shit, right? Like we are getting rid of everything that was there so you could build up something that is better and much more long lasting. So get back in touch with the seeds that you've planted, the vision that you have for yourself, and continue moving forward. You're in the middle of a fight and now is not the time to give up, but it could be time for you to take a break or take a rest or to have some fun, to connect with some healing divine feminine earth energy, to just be a little more present and purposeful with yourself. Okay, enlightened, hit me up so we could do your solar return. I feel like I haven't heard from you in ages. Rhoda's next. Rhoda, do you have a specific question? Or you want a general? Do you have a category you want to look into? 1, 2, 3. After Rhoda, we'll go to Veronica. You've been struggling financially lately. Okay, so Mars is going direct the end of the month, which is going to bring a lot of relief for a lot of people. And I'm sure it'll positively impact you as well. So that's something to keep in mind. You also, and lonely, okay. So Mars goes direct later in the month, around the 23rd or so. So you should be seeing some changes by then. What else do we need to know about finances? Oh, Jupiter is going direct this week in the sign of Gemini. So that could potentially be important. From this week forward, really, the ball starts rolling here in February. And as we get into March and the springtime, it starts rolling really quickly. So January, very slow for sure. But now things are finally picking up. And so my suggestion first without the cards is to look at your mindset. So we have all of this external stuff happening in the cosmos that's taking care of itself. But we also know finances are an energy. So there are things you can do to make sure your subconscious mind is on the frequency of abundance and receptivity instead of scarcity. Because if you have certain beliefs about money and finances, it doesn't matter what's going on in the sky, you're still going to struggle because that's the radio station that your brain is tuned to. So in the meantime, while we are awaiting the great benefics to do their thing on our behalf, what I want you and anyone else who is struggling with money to do is to fix your mindset around it. And it sounds crazy, but it's free, so you might as well try it. Anytime you find yourself saying things like, oh, I'm struggling financially, revise that in your head and say, I'm abundant. I have more than enough to afford all the things that I need and want. I have more than enough resources for myself, my family, and even more to share with other people. So first correcting those thoughts, and you were like, oh, money's tight. Revise that in your mind with your affirmations and with whatever you are trying to create in your life, okay? Also visualize. What a visualization is a great way to meditate. And so the easiest way to meditate is just to ask yourself, what would it feel like if I had $1 million right now? What would I be doing? What would I be thinking about? Where would I be? What would my surroundings be? And just to allow yourself to imagine a reality where money was not an issue, where love is not an issue. You could do this with whatever it is you're trying to create for yourself. And it just gives your mind an opportunity to acquaint itself with the reality that you're trying to bring in. It takes practice, right? To think of ourselves as wealthy and abundant and loved and worthy and cared for, especially because a lot of us have gone through things in our lives that have showed us the opposite. So most of us are creating our present and future based off of the past. And that is not useful, especially if you're trying to do better than you were doing in the past. So spend some time with your imagination. And even though it doesn't make sense logically, and even though it might feel delusional or not purposeful, it's exactly how you manifest things. If you want to create something that isn't here right now, you have to do something different. Okay, and everything first started as an idea. Before it came here into the physical world, it was an idea. Before a chair existed, someone was looking around and was like, gee golly, it would be nice to have somewhere to sit. And then they created the chair for the afterward, right? So first is your ability to see yourself there. And if you're recognizing like, oh yeah, I can't imagine myself as a millionaire, that's a good place to start. I can't imagine what life would be like if I didn't worry about money. Okay, well, then we know we need to spend more time visualizing yourself there, trying to connect to a version of yourself that does have it, because we do live in a multiverse and it has been confirmed. So if we live in a multiverse, that means that every version of you exists somewhere out there. There's a poor version, there's a rich version, there's somebody in between. So who are you connecting to? Who are you deciding to be each day? It starts in your mind and then your reality catches up. Okay? So be willing to experiment with your mentality while you are awaiting for whatever your goal, your intention, your wish, your desire. While you are waiting for that to pop into your 3D reality, Work on your mindset. Be sure that you are telling yourself, and be sure that you believe that you are capable of having and sustaining and being the type of person who doesn't have to worry about money, being the type of person who is loved and in a loving relationship. Because if you have a self concept that says, like, oh, I'm unlovable, then regardless of who comes along, you're going to find a way to fuck the relationship up because you believe that about yourself. Oh, nobody can love me. So work while you're waiting for your 3D reality to match up with your dream life. Be sure that you are working on your self concept. Be sure that you are correcting any negative thought patterns that you notice that you might have. So there's that. There's that TED Talk. Okay, let's get back to Rhoda. What does Rhoda need to know, do, or understand for February? Yeah. So, King of Pentacles. Money is coming to you. What up, Bruce Lee? Happy belated birthday. Money and stability is coming to you. This is available to you. This is something that you can create for yourself. And again, something that you need to align yourself with. We have the Magician. So using this sort of mind magic to help you tune into that frequency is going to bring you results much faster than you might expect. But you have to get your thoughts on board with the rest of it, because uh, this is showing some sort of mental battle. So again, if you're feeling like undeserving, or if the past story is too strong, it could block your ability to manifest what you want. So you have to keep going back to your mind and being like, that's not my reality. In this reality, the reality that I'm choosing, I'm abundant, I'm successful, all my bills are paid, I have enough money to have fun and whatever else. This is also letting you know, if there's anyone in your life who's trying to argue with you, leave them alone. Now is not, you need your mental focus right now. So don't engage in arguments with people. Don't waste your energy on that. You need all your energy to create your desired reality. So if you have to take a step back from people, or if you just have to be like, not going to partake in this conversation, be sure to do that, Rhoda, because what is this? This is a distraction. This is a setback that doesn't have to be there. You don't have to include these people in your plans, in your dreams, your visions, your goals. In fact, if you know people around you are not going to support you and your goals, don't tell them anything about it. Don't tell them what you're working on or hoping for or dreaming about, because that is just going to kill it. That's going to kill the vibe. Then we have the Empress. So this is all about what we were talking about, you attracting things to you, you beginning with your self-worth, you remembering who you are, knowing who you are, and not moving from your seat. Both of these individuals are secure in themselves and what they have. They're not getting up for nobody. They're too cozy, too comfy. They're not moving. So this is the same energy that you need to be on, is the knowing of who you are, what you deserve, what you want, seeing it clearly, and being so convinced that everything is working out in your favor that you do not get up and chase a single thing. We're not chasing men, we're not chasing money, okay? You are instead using your magnetism, using your subconscious mind, using your magic to create your desired reality, okay? So that is the vibe that I want to see you on. How long do you have to do it? You have to do it until you see results. And that is part of the law of assumption and manifestation. If it's important to you, you have to keep moving in that direction. You can't quit before you get what you want, okay? It could happen really quickly, or it could require more work from you. What you have to be willing to put in whatever work is required, and that's going to be on a case by case basis. So, but it's also general information. When do you quit manifesting? When do you quit the affirmations? When do you stop the visualizations? When do you stop the meditations and the positive thinking. When do you stop? You don't stop until you get what you wanted. It's just like if you're on, I saw this on the Master Manifestors channel. She made a really good analogy of like a cross country road trip. So if you know you're going from like New York to California, when do you stop driving? Like, okay, obviously you're gonna have to stop driving to get gas, to take pee breaks, to to sleep, okay? But other than, and that's okay, that's part of the journey. It's okay for you to make these stops. It's okay for you to be in traffic sometimes. It's okay for you to lose sight of what the goal is. But you're never gonna get from New York to California if you keep stopping and wondering, am I ever going to get to California? Yeah, if you continue forward. But the more time you spend in the hotels and the gas station and all, the more time you spend not on the path, the longer it's going to be till you get what you want. Does that make sense? So you have to persist. You have to keep believing in yourself and in the possibility of this reality, okay, in order for it to come into fruition. Flying is out of the question right now, yeah. Ugh. Okay, next is Veronica. So I hope that helps, Rhoda. Veronica. What's up with Veronica this week? Or for February, I mean. We have 2 cards for Veronica. First is the Ace of Wands and the World card. So you're beginning to see some rewards when it comes to your creativity, your dating life, romantic life, your ability to visualize. All these things are beginning to crop into your reality. You're starting to see the rewards, or you're receiving inspiration that will lead you to greater reward down the line. So whatever you're being inspired to do right now, whatever you're fired up about, whatever these new opportunities are, I would encourage you to see them through, because it could bring a lot of wealth, abundance, surprise, positive surprises into your life. Oh, especially because Jupiter is going direct in your sign. You're a Gemini. Jupiter is going direct. And so there is more coming to you in terms of positive surprises. Just by nature of having the great benefic in your sun sign, things are expanding. There are more opportunities coming up, and your job is to be strong, to have strength of character, to maintain your integrity, and to know that whatever challenges crop up, you can absolutely handle them. You can face whatever this beast is. And you can do it easily and gracefully. You see her, she's closing this lion's mouth. The lion has a tail tucked between its legs. She's not even looking like she's forcing herself to do anything, right? She's easily able to conquer this situation. And so you have the same message, that whatever's coming up for you, treat it with grace and maybe even a little bit of gratitude. Do it with style, because you're about to be rewarded for your efforts. So the more that you can be graceful about whatever the situation is in your life, the sweeter the victory will taste. All right. Okay, next is Samantha. What does Samantha need to know, do, or understand at this time? Samantha! We have the Two of Wands. You're on a great adventure. And we have the Ace of Cups. It's going to be really emotionally fulfilling. You're going to be meeting individuals who really fill your cup. You are such a lover, such a giver. I feel like whoever you're meeting and wherever you're going at this time, you're going to meet people who reciprocate in a way that you haven't experienced in quite a while, in a way that makes you feel like your cup is running over. My cup runneth over. Look. So there's movement movement, moving, new ideas, new opportunities, and gifts. The gifts of victory. This is the world card around is the laurel leaf. So we mentioned victory in Veronica's reading, but also there's victory for you. The same card came out. So you overcoming something is opening up new doors. So you're very much supported in moving, in traveling, in investing in your creativity and in your passions, all of it. Like, we have this emotion card, but then we have 3 wands. So your passions are very much supported at this time. Thank you, Red Hunter. So I love this for you, and I already know exactly what this is talking about, so we won't get too into the weeds with it, but you're still so supported. You are still so encouraged in your chosen direction, and that is always a beautiful thing to have affirmed by the cards. Thanks, Bruce, for all the reminders. Okay, next is Gemini Rising. That's a username for my Patreon member. So this is not for all Gemini Rising. This is for the Gemini Rising in the group. What does Gemini Rising need to know, do, or understand? Girl, money, 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 money. Money's coming to you. Really focus on your business, on your money, on your bank accounts, on your spending. All of that is coming into fruition. It's coming into the forefront of your mind. And again, we have Jupiter going direct this month, and you're a Gemini rising. So that's your first house. It's expanding you and moving you forward, getting you closer to the things that you've been saying that you want. You have a whole second wind. You have a whole second wind to try and get whatever you've been working on for the last 8 months. Okay, Jupiter is only going to be in Gemini until like May or June, so we only have a few more months to take advantage of this energy. So now is the time to get serious about your investments, about your money life, your work life. Hey, we love this 10 of Pentacles. More money, more opportunity, more ability to tend to and take care of your family. We have the Judgment card. So you're getting some news. Some information is coming in to help you attain that money, receive that money, to help you make the proper moves. It's important that you also get a lot of rest, because things are moving and things are moving quickly, okay? This is like the bulldozer that I was talking about. Something is getting wiped out so that the other foundations can take root. So you need to anchor into your faith that whatever is happening with this tower is ushering in the things that you've been asking for. Otherwise, you can spend a lot of time in this energy of fear, when in actuality there is nothing to fear and everything to gain. So the more that you can remember this while the pieces of the puzzle are moving around and while things are getting cleared out, if you can remember that this is part of the process of receiving, then you're going to be this transition is going to be much smoother for you, okay? Yeah, we don't want to... I think what we don't talk about is the wasted energy, okay? The wasted energy that anxiety and worry is. It benefits nobody. It's not beneficial, okay, to imagine all of the worst possible outcomes. And at least if you're going to worry about all of the worst possible outcomes, then spend some time thinking about all the best possible outcomes as well, so it at least balances things out, because it requires the same amount of imagination either way. All right, so we might as well be imagining the best things that can happen. So look, we have the Three of Swords, but then we have the Sun card. So it's kind of like the best of times and the worst of times. It all really just depends on what you're focusing your energy on. Are you going to let your mind take away from the power and the beauty of what's actually happening. Because if you look here, we have a lot of great things happening, but if you get stuck in your mind, and if you allow yourself to be fearful instead of faithful, then you can miss the sweetness of what is happening for you right now, okay? So focus on your plan, focus on your money, focus on your ideas, focus on your family, focus on having fun, focus on the light, focus on what you want to see more of. Okay, Aries Ascendant is next. And that is a username. If you are looking for free readings, I am posting by rising sign on my Instagram and on my TikTok and on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. I'm posting February by each rising sign. So if you don't want to pay anything, you don't have to. Just go to my free stuff. You definitely resonate with that. Yeah. And I think that's a beautiful thing too about sticking around for other people's readings is you might get something that you need as well. So the energy is always working. The frequencies are always frequencying. There's something for everybody. All right. Aries Ascendant, what does she need to know at this time? Oh, girl. I saw the sun card. That's great. Girl, money's coming, money's coming, money's coming. So everything that I was saying just a second ago, listen to Gemini Rising's reading too, because we have some of the similar cards for Aries Ascendant. So you've been worrying yourself sick, but guess what? Good times are coming. We have the sun card. We have the money card, okay? So things are looking up. Things are moving in your favor. And the more that you can affirm that, the more that you can focus in on that, the more that you can anchor yourself to the light, the better. Every time you catch yourself feeling like this, first, take care of yourself, take care of your mind. And second, get to your affirmations, rewrite things, correct things in your brain. Yeah, it takes a lot of work. But so does worrying, right? You have to think about anxiety, how anxiety is a constant thing in your head, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That it takes a lot of work to think in that way. So it's going to take a lot of work to undo that too. Do you see what I'm saying? So some people are like, oh, I can't meditate, it's too hard, or I can't change my mind, it's too hard. It's like, yeah, it's gonna take work, but it also takes work to be broke, and it also takes work to not have what you want, and it also takes work to allow your subconscious mind to run things in a negative way. So choose your level of difficulty, okay? Choose your level of difficulty, and if it's important to you, don't give up, okay? If it's important to you, don't give up on it. And it sounds simple, but it's very true. I think I just got a donation. Let me know in the chat what you would like from that reading. So that's Aries Ascendant. I'm going to do Shawnee next, and then we'll do the donation. Okie dokie. Shawnee. What's up with Shawnee in February? Shawnee. Yes, girl. Let's talk about these first two cards first, and then we'll just gratitude. Oh, thank you so much, Bruce. I appreciate you. If you change your mind, let me know and I got you. Let's see. Shawnee, this is you. February, you are still curving everybody. Everybody. Uh, I love it. This people reaching out to you, being like, "Hey, I want to give you this cup," and you're like, "No, thank you, no, thank you. I'm focusing on myself. I'm focusing on my wealth. I'm focusing on my ideas. I'm focusing on my goals." And that's how you need to continue to be into February. Okay. It's not quite time for you to mix and mingle. But what the cool thing is you're seeing the power of your femininity, of your divine feminine. And you will start to see that the offers are getting better and better and better and better because you're not engaging. You're not jumping at the first offer. So they have to go back to the drawing board and come back harder and come back harder and come back harder. So really, you're not losing out on anything here. Okay. You're not losing. You are gaining. You're gaining momentum. You're gaining strength. You're gaining magneticism. You're gaining higher standards. You're healing. You're not making decisions out of like desperation. Yeah. Yeah. And that brings you closer to your soulmate energy, to the people that you're meant to be with. You're attracting the things that you've been asking for. You are showing your worth and your worthiness by continuing not to be moved by offers that are too small. Really, not to be moved by the external at all. You're making moves based off of what you desire to receive, okay? So you are in a position of power. We have two powerful women here, and this is you like elevating yourself, elevating your worth, elevating, yes. Okay, then we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So because the more that you do this, the closer you are to finding a match with someone that makes sense, okay? The king and the queen together makes sense, okay? Because they're both providing the same energy, the same amount of value, um, the same level of character. They want the same things. They know who they are, what they're willing to invest. It's not like a page and a king, right? So this is just reminding you that the more you prioritize yourself, the more you value yourself, the higher level of the closer you're getting to what you want, essentially. So we want a king to show up as a king. It would have been even better if we got the emperor here with the empress, but king and queen, that's pretty damn good. So again, this is showing you that by choosing not to engage with people right now, you are making them come to you as a more elevated and refined version of themselves. And we want that. We want people to do the most when it comes to you, instead of you chasing or you feeling like you're not good enough. You need them to acknowledge that first, and it's happening, and it's all because you are beginning to recognize and understand who you are. Give us a reading for the 2-2 portal. I mean, really anything can be a portal. But I mean, today is the second 2-2. Cute. Let's do it. Let's do a message with Bruce Lee in mind, but also anyone who needs to hear it. What is our messages for the 2-2 portal? The Tower. The Tower card. This card's been coming out a lot ever since we got into the year of the snake. We have to be willing to let go of everything we thought we needed in order to receive the things we say we want. Okay? We got to let go, and we have to let the divine rearrange things for us. We have to let the divine demolition take place in order to Build something that is long standing. Okay. Whatever it is we're asking for, it requires a lot of time, a lot of space, and a lot of faith. So this Tower card is asking us to do exactly that. Okay. To give God some space and to let her work. Yep. To choose to see things from a different perspective, not to automatically freak out and run around like a chicken with our heads cut off when we see that things are shifting and changing. Be willing to observe the destruction and see the potential, see the possibility, see it as a good thing, see us shedding who we thought we were and accepting the versions of us that we are now. Okay. Now more than ever, it's important for us to be enlightened in the way that we think about ourselves and about other people. Our imaginations now more than ever are so important. You have to be willing to imagine new possibilities for yourself, for the country, for whatever it is that you have your mind focused on right now. Imagination is so important. If you cannot imagine better, how do you expect to create better? Okay. Um, Even like in the Bible and stuff, it tells us all the time to be like little children. And what are little children doing all day? They're playing games. They're using their mind, their imagination. They're typically happy and just going along with whatever's happening. But the main trait of a child is that their minds are in the theta brainwave state, which is all about creativity and imagination. So be like a little child. Imagine what you want to happen. Anytime you see something and you're like, oh, fuck that, use your imagination to recreate something else. Especially when it comes to politics in our country. And we can get so bogged down, like, oh no, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. But we can also make a lot of important progress through imagining better. Okay. The imagination is the basis of manifestation. Hello, I cut the deck. We got the star card. Okay, this is the card of miracles. It's about goals, dreams, wishes coming true. So we can go from here to here. Okay. How do we do it? It starts in your mind. And that's why they say be the change you want to see in the world, and all these corny things. They're actually true. And it's free to try it. All right. So I would encourage you, wherever your mind is at, if your mind is stuck on the doom and gloom, make the shift and focus on what could be in the positive form. This is all oh no, what's going to happen in the negative form, and this is, oh, what are the possibilities in the positive form. Okay. So life can be this, or it can be this, or it can be both at the same time. It all is about what you focus on. Okay. And that is the Bruce general reading. Hello. Yay, yay. Light from Chicago. Hey. So I hope that helps. I'm intending that it does. I'm going to go talk about something on TikTok. Anyway, I love y'all. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for being here. Bye.